He's a new way of dealing with those people. Oh, that's a trigger word? I leave you standing see-through. I'm known to catch wreck. He do. I'm planning my next steps. Defeat you. If you ain't heard, I'm that. Sequel. Award-winning, magnificent, ain't no one that's my equal. Prequel, I'm the lethal, some say unbelievable. Who? Rich Bees, he make it do what it do. Who knew? Album 2, in my mind I chose to deliver to you. On your porch, kick the box like UPS do. I ain't through with this dose of truth. One too many ain't shoot. Why would I choose to inform you? I'm letting loose 59 milli, pot of stove, I'm cooking goose. Why, yes, you heard it. I am cooking goose. Why? Because we're on a checkout day, right? So I got a meeting today, and so because I have this meeting, I am not gonna be before you long. I just wanted to come and drop some stuff on you. I'll probably be here for about an hour, maybe. Let me check one more time and make sure what time our meeting starts. So y'all know I'm always working, always doing something, but yeah, so it'll be probably about an hour because I got a meeting in about an hour. So because my regular time that I stream is normally between 10 and 12 Eastern Standard, right? If you take a look at the times, you'll see that these are the times that I normally stream. So because I have this meeting that's halfway, well, basically 11 a.m., that is the reason by which I need to come on here now, right? But I'm here to tell you that I will be back after my meeting. So you could probably see me back today about 1 p.m. Now, at that 1 p.m., I don't know, for my YouTube viewers out here, I don't know if I'm gonna be on YouTube at that time. I think I'll be on Twitch. So make sure that y'all head over to the Twitch. Make sure you follow, because that's where I'll be, okay? I'm gonna be continuing to work. I don't know what I may show or even talk about at that time, right? Just to be totally transparent with y'all, like, because this stream is made for me to not only work, but also to motivate, to help you understand concepts that you may not know, or you haven't thought of in the way that I deliver them, right? Now you may say, well, why or how would you know something or think of something this way that maybe I don't? You might ask that question. Well, based on my growing up and the things that I've experienced, it gives me a different perspective than a lot of other people, right? Same way, the way you grew up and the experiences you had may give you a different experience than me. I mean, more than likely it will. But also, in the normal way that most people view things, I believe my viewpoint is definitely different. Why? That's because, one, so many people have always told me, what makes you think like that? Why are you thinking that way? What's, that perspective is one I would have never thought of. And so because I know that, because that's been told to me almost my whole life, I don't think that it's something that, I'm following what other people say about me. It's when I realize that the dots that I connect between two different things, if I see reasonable enough connection, because what we have to understand is each level of life is a mirror of the thing below it, right? Or above it, right? So you have the micro and you have the macro. when you know these two concepts, what you realize is that the same thing going on at a macro scale is the same thing going on at a micro scale. It's the same thing going on at a nano scale. All of that remains true on each level. And if that's the case, then some of the thoughts that I be having is like, if I look at, let's say, a friend group, right? If I look at a friend group, that has the same dynamics as a family group, right? A family has the same dynamics as a job or a business, okay? I feel like when you relate those things, you start to see a lot of similarities in positions, hierarchies, capabilities, what each member of that is bringing to the table. Followers, leaders, lateral connections, right? So what do I say? Lateral connections. I'm talking about like brother to sister, or team member to team member, with no position increase, just laterally across that title or that position. When you look at those, there's not much difference. And as a matter of fact, if you can find one of those understandings that better than the other. So let's say I understand families. Okay. If I understand families, then if I ever want to try to create a business, I can take that family structure that I understand and look at it on a business scale. The only thing that I would say is I would probably go the other way, and I have. I'm gonna explain that in a second. So if you look at a business structure, there are measurables there that aren't measurables in a family structure. Okay, here you go. So in a business structure, you have KPIs, right? Key performance indicators. You have revenue, right? Revenue is a measurable metric. Profitability, right? You have certain plans in place that allows the business to remain successful, or to reach other heights, or to implement programs, implement procedures, implement SOPs, if you will, right? Standard operating procedures. They have a whole structure that's already built. If you look at that structure of a business or corporation, if you will, if you look at that structure and then look at it in a family structure, right? Take those things that make a business successful and implement them into your family. What you'll start to realize is that you can have a successful family because you understand these business principles and you've implemented them in here, and you've figured out what your KPIs are, what your SOPs are. You know what I mean? All of those things. And when you're doing that, what you realize is, I can't have a successful family, right? But there's connections in there. So give me one second. I'm going to explain this further. So my bad. All right. So yeah, I had a service come drop off a new appliance. And so, had to get done. And they come right when you're busy. They come right when you're in the middle of something. All right. You're sitting here trying to do your thing, and that's when they want to come. They haven't came for the last week, but they come when you're trying to get something done. That's how it seems like It happens, right? So the question is, where were we? I know now my messing with this appliance and my hair looking a little frizzy. I'm gonna have to do something about that. That bad boy is looking wee, wee. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Where am I at? Let's figure out where we are today. If I'm not mistaken, we were talking about the connections between a business and a family, right? Corporation and a family. That's what we're talking about. So, what I was saying is, if you look at a family and you look at the dynamics between that, also how a business operates, you'll realize that it's not much different. You know what I'm saying? Not much different at all. So, in that, I'm saying that, you know, we have what we have to look at. How does a corporation act or respond to certain situations for them to be successful? Does that make sense? If you really look at how it operates, the type of policies they put in place, then you start to see, well, these are the actions that anybody has to do to be successful, right? This is the methodology I have to have if I want my family to be successful. So then you start, implementing things like family meetings. You start implementing things like, check-ins after you implemented a new change in your family structure or the way y'all operate. Then you check in after that at 30 days, at 60 days, 90 days. Is this working for us? Is this something that we can see ourselves continuing to do? Should we modify it? Should we change it? Is there something that, maybe we can add to it? What's the next level, right? Because in a business, you're always thinking about increase. How can we increase? How can we get better? How can we do better? How can we reach more? How can we gain more revenue? How can we be, as efficient as possible? What wasteful stuff are we doing that we need to cut out, right? All of that stuff is happening within the family meeting or the business meeting. See what I'm saying? So when you start doing those type of things, then you start moving your family more and more towards a successful family. What is a successful family? That varies, right? A successful business also varies because it depends on the mission and business by which the vision is laid forth and how that company chooses to achieve that, right? Same thing with a family. What's the vision for the family? Because not all families are the same. Sometimes you may have a family that, our goal for our family is for everybody to go to college and then come out and get a good job. That might be one family's vision for their family, right? Another family might be like, well, my vision for the family is for everybody to have a trade and everybody to come out with that trade and be able to sustain themselves, and operate within the trade world. Some families may have where we have a family business and we're going to pass this family business down to each one of our generations, and this is something the family can always do, use, and have to be successful or to be consistently at a certain amount of wealth, right? So all those are different missions, all those are different visions, right? Which means the way in which they operate will be slightly different. However, the core rules of adding in a new action for the family, doing follow-ups, making sure that you're reaching that vision by doing check-ins and standard operating procedures, a vision for the family, all of that kind of stuff, because that stuff matters, right? It matters. Your family needs to be able to understand who they are together, right? As a cohesive force. And everything that family moves on, everything that family does should be as a cohesive force. That doesn't mean that everybody has to be together. That doesn't mean that everybody has to be working on the same thing together. That means everybody doing their part, right? That means everybody doing their part. Your part might be different than your brother's part. Your part might be different than your mom's part, than your dad's part, than your children's part. Like, all of that is different operations until that position is then turned over to you, right? Or to someone else. Because there has to be same thing in a company. There's always somebody who is supporting that person, right? Who knows everything this person knows. So if this person knows something, there's somebody underneath there who has to know that to be able to back them up. So if they can't keep that going, then somebody else needs to be able to step in who already is up to speed on what's happening and how that position operates. Fail safe. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a fail safe. That's what it is in a family, right? So a lot of times, if the father is the head, then the mother usually understands some of what the father's doing, or the oldest son may understand some of what the father's doing, or the oldest daughter may understand some of what the father's doing. You know what I mean? And be able to move in position or whatever. It all depends on how your family is set up. What is that structure? The question is, have you even set up the type of succession plan for your family? Have you set that up? It's something that everyone needs to do, right? If you have kids at this point, parents, I'm talking to you. If you have kids, and when I say kids, I'm talking about they're still kids, right? Under 18, and really before 10, you need to start to work this plan up. So that way, as the kids grow up, this is what they know. This is what they're built into. This is what they start to understand. This is how they see growth and growth potential within a family structure. And then they'll be able to relate that right into the business world when they get 18, when they go off on their own. They're going to understand what that family structure and dynamic looks like, which would be no different than even if they created a business, because they're going to understand the structure. They'll be ahead of people who are their same age because they understand what this structure looks like and how to be successfully operating in that structure. Don't rely on the schools to teach that. Don't rely on the colleges to teach that, right? They will teach you that, but they're not going to connect the dots for you to be able to see that business, it operates the same way as a successful family. They go together, hand in hand, hand in hand. It's a marriage perfectly made for each other. So with that, today, like I said, it was a quick check-in, quick little nugget of understanding when it comes to family and business, right? When it comes to family and business. So as a matter of fact, we can go into more detail on this. We really can, because I made I did a faux TED Talk. I did a TED Talk party with one of my friends and a bunch of other people for a birthday party, right? They had a TED Talk birthday party. And so I did this talk where I talked about how I connected those two things together so people can understand this concept. And this is a concept that I'm going to speak more on this platform. I'm going to speak more on to you guys, and I'm going to break down even more of it, right? So I think what I'll do a little bit later on this afternoon, because like I said, I got work to do, but I might go ahead and play for you the video, or you can just look for it on my social media. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it on my YouTube, right? I'm gonna upload that video to my YouTube channel, so that way you can see it. I might even put it in the Discord, but for now, I know I'm gonna put it in on my YouTube channel. So if you go to The Real Rich Bees on YouTube, TheRealRichBZ, right? The Real Rich Bees on YouTube, you will be able to watch the video, watch it there. And once you watch that video, then you'll at least have an understanding of what I'm talking about. Now, what I'll do is I'll break down each one of these points and concepts within that, so that way you guys can see the connections, okay? And then also be able to implement them in your family. So I think that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna get that uploaded sometime today. So make sure that you go over there to the YouTube channel, The Real Rich Bees. And if you already follow me on Facebook or Instagram, Rich Bees, RICHBZ, on all the social medias, you'll be able to get it. Excuse me, you'll be able to see it. Now, here's what I'll do. And you'll know this is the video because you'll see me standing behind a microphone and there's a pool in front of me, right? A pool of water in front of me. That's how you know it's the video. Here's what I'm gonna do though. What I'll do at this moment is I will, should I do that? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But what you can do is, if you can't remember what I just said, even though it's mad simple, go over to richbees.com/links. If you go over there, then you can get to all of that. Okay. If you go over to richbees.com/links, you'll be able to get to all of that, all of those, other things. Okay. So with that being said, listen, it's about time for my meeting. I need to make sure I'm prepared for that. I wanted to do, like I said, a quick check-in, and I don't even know where that concept came from for me to talk about it today. How did we get there? How did we get here? How did we get here? But it's okay. And you know why it's okay? Because here, this is what we do, right? We let the conversation flow. I get you to certain points, that you can benefit from. And I feel like people don't understand these concepts. So like I said at the beginning, this is me being me. This is how Rich Bees runs, right? If you ever listen to any of my music, which again, you can find all the music over there too. Go to richbees.com/links. You can get all the music. You can even listen or not listen. You can even get a copy of my book, Life is a Production. You'll see it says ebook. You can get that, which it doesn't talk about that concept of the marriage and business connection. It talks about the concept of stacking life, which I did a small video on when I talked about how things need to stack on each other. So go over there to the YouTube channel and you'll be able to see that too. Okay. All right. Meantime, in between time, as you know how we do, I appreciate each one of you coming out. Look how close we are to our goal. We are at 25 followers on Twitch. 25 followers on Twitch. What's the YouTube though? Let's find out. If we look at the YouTube, here's the YouTube. What you see is we have 16 subscribers. We're up from 12 subscribers now to 16 subscribers. We are making progress, people. Making progress. We are growing. We are growing. So I'm telling you right now, listen, y'all, it looks like we're doing so good and we're growing. And that's the thing that I want to make sure that every day you're growing, right? And I mean every day you're growing. We're going to come here each day, give you some more information that's going to benefit you, that's going to help you to grow, help you to be better, do better, see more, be better in your whole life. Not just, in business, it'll help there. Not just in your family, it'll help there. Not just, in your personal walk in life, because it'll help there, but also in your mind, in your heart, and in your emotions. All of this goes together. You'll have confidence. You'll be able to stand up tall and put yourself out there and be the best version of yourself. That's what we're here for. It's what the real Rich Bees is about, right? Not about all of these superficial things and all of that, and getting to the money and all that. Yes, you're gonna get to the money, but the money is a byproduct of you being the best version of yourself. So keep on going. Above all things, don't let anybody stop you. Keep your foot on the gas pedal. You know how we do, you know what we do. This is Rich Bees, the real Rich Bees. Make sure you come back, follow, like, subscribe, all of those things that everybody tells you to do. You know what to do. Hit it, and I'm gonna keep coming back and giving you more and more of some keys to having a very successful life for yourself. Okay? Based on what you think success is, not what I think success is for you. Okay? So there you have it. It's been a great time today. Sorry I had to pause when that appliance was delivered. But hey, if you stuck around this far, you know that I'm gonna come back. I'm always gonna come back because I'm here for you guys. I'm here to make sure that everybody grows, and that's what we're gonna keep doing. So once again, this is Rich Bees, the real Rich Bees. See you on the next time. Rich Bees out.